And let's get to our next segue.
All right. Let me get my pen out. I know I'm writing.
It's a alliteration headline.
Oh, boy, that's right. Okay.
My next story is about dogs being saved in Alaska. A nonprofit worked to save a bunch of dogs that were left behind in a flood. This is by Cedar Atanasio on AP News. Coming out of Seattle. The special delivery arrived in a plastic storage box after a chartered flight in bouncy single-propeller plane. Veterinarian Susan Schaefer Sukum sniped the zip ties, securing the lid, and greeted the cargo. 4 dogs, one with gray collar bearing its name, Happy. "What a scary ride," she said. "You made it!" As officials in Alaska work around the clock on one of the most significant airlift operations in state history, evacuating more than 1,000 people from remote flood-battered villages on the coast of the Bering Sea. Hey, by the way, this is totally related to our previous stories about climate change. Why is Alaska melting? It's a mystery! Another rescue operation is playing out, getting the dogs left behind to safety, in hopes of later reuniting them with their owners. The pet shelters closest to the devastated villages are in Bethel, a regional hub around 90 miles or 150 kilometers away by boat or plane. When Bethel Friends of Canines, a nonprofit that helps rehome animals, learned that 50 to 100 dogs might be abandoned in one of the villages, Kipnuk, it scrambled to charter a plane to evacuate them. "It cost us $3,000 to do this, and we don't know how many times we're going to have to do it," organizer Jesslyn Elliott said by phone last Wednesday, which would have been the 15th of October. "We've never had a natural disaster like this magnitude. So this is all very, very foreign and new to us, so we're just kind of winging it." The first flight arrived that night in Bethel, and more happened on Thursday, the 16th of October. Dozens of dogs have passed through her kennel since the floods began. The nonprofit has raised more than $22,000 after pleading on Facebook for donations. That's almost 4 more, that's bad math, 8 plane journeys. Almost 8 plane journeys. The flooding caused by remnants of Typhoon Halong had damaged homes in 11 small rural communities with no more than a few hundred residents, according to FEMA. Many homes cannot be repaired until next summer, as winter temperatures and snow are forecast for this month. State officials began airlifting people to Anchorage on the 15th, as a local leader in Kipnuk and Quilinuk near the Bering Sea asked to evacuate residents, and as the shelters in Bethel neared capacity. At least one resident of Quilinuk was confirmed dead, and the search for the 2 others were called off after their cow was swept away. Pets were not allowed on the military evacuation flights. State officials have said that evacuation of people is priority. Bethel Friends of Canines received dogs throughout the week as people fleeing their homes arrived by boat and by plane. There are no roads connecting towns in the area. You gotta be on your jet ski. Sorry, not your jet ski. Well, because of the floods, it's a jet ski. Your snowmobile. Many of the pet owners want them back soon, but need time to prepare temporary lodgings in cities like Anchorage and Nome, which are more than 250 miles or 400 kilometers away. Before the devastating floods, Bethel's Friends of Canines typically held 15 to 20 dogs at one time. Now as many as 15 dogs have arrived on a single flight. Elliot expects most of the additional dogs to stay in Bethel temporarily before being reunited with their owners or extended family that can foster them. At least 8 dogs have been reunited with owners in Anchorage as of 16th of October, she said. Homes in the affected villages are so damaged that they may not be livable in the winter, emergency management officials said on the 15th, and forecasters said the rain and snow could arrive. Well, I guess it did arrive this weekend. With the human population in Kipnuk shrinking each day, the animal caretakers in Bethel realized they had to act fast before everyone who knew the dogs was gone. Back in Kipnuk, the dog with the gray collar, Happy, was found waiting on its owner's clothes, refusing to move or eat, by teacher Jackie Lang. She said in a text message that the dog had since been reunited with its family. She's one of the 2 or 3 teachers who helped wrangle the pets to be loaded into the airstrip according to Lower Kuskokwim School District Superintendent Andrew Hannibal Anderson. Why is there a superintendent named Andrew Hannibal Anderson? Like Hannibal in quotations. Like, I guess he goes by Hannibal? When Bethel Friends of Canines worker Matthew Morgan landed in Kipnook on Wednesday, the 15th of October, the teachers had fed the dogs, coaxed them into crates, and labeled them with tags listing their owners. "We got some heroes out here in Kipnook. They're like the last people left there," Morgan said. "Without them, we would have been chasing dogs all night in the mud." So there is your humans coming together to save each other and save dogs from Alaskan floods. Anything alliterating you there?
Okay, major mutt migration mitigates many muddy masters' misery.
You got it right at the end there with the rolling around in the mud, yeah.
Yeah, right. The muddy, everybody's muddy. I had it as most, but I'm not sure. I don't think they've. All right.